All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday morning. May God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is pumping, baby. And man, we're getting ready for a new week. We got a weekly close tonight. And we're going to be talking about the key juicy levels that we're going to be looking for on Bitcoin, my overall bias. Here we are, guys, just under $105,000. It feels good. It feels so good. Like that Chuck Mangione song that we used to play on the cornet back in high school. Now, guys, I have to tell you, man. Look, if you've been following my channel, we have been talking about this since April 21st. About how once we reclaim 88,500, we're going to get sucked up. All right? Go back and watch this video where I came out of the closet. Whoa! Where I came out extremely bullish. I was unabashedly bullish. Right here, man. Like, seriously. Because of the signals that we were printing on Market Cipher B. Market Cipher B does not mess around on the high time frames. Shout out to all the Market Cipher B haters out there. All you TA elitists using your long division and calculus to try and get into a trade. When all we do here is look at the butt cheeks and the dots. Seriously, man. Alright? Also got to give a major shout to the Casper crew because we gave the long from 86.4. Literally 86.4 from that low. 86.4. We gave the long trade from 93.7. And Wednesday, during the Casper crew New York Open livestream where myself, Thor, White Phoenix, and Boyan were all giving analysis, we all gave the scalp level from the last low that we hit right at 95.7. 95.7 is literally that last dip that we got right here before the big pump. So if you're in the Casper crew, man, not only have you been prepared with the high time frame stuff, but you've been given the entries along the way. And if you want to join the Casper crew, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com, click the link to join the best community in the world. Also got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN, which right now is offering 10% cash back on everything you deposit, $1,000 future bonus, 0% limit order fees, discounted market fees, and many chances to win $100 to trade with without even having to deposit. Also got to give a major shout out to ANTARCTIC exchange, decentralized exchange with SVIP privileges if you use my link, meaning basically almost zero fees. These are some great deals, guys. I'm also trading on MEXC, WEEX, BITUNIX. Those are my current exchanges. Now, we got to get into this juicy Bitcoin price action. But before we do, I got to shout out everybody in chat right now. Shout out to y'all, all right? When am I going to get my hair cut? Look, guys, I made myself a promise. I'm not cutting my hair until Bitcoin's at $1 million. All right, shout out to Cipher Rider. We need to give the Casper crew a long from 104 to 114. I know, right? What do I think the new all-time high will be? Look, I'm thinking we're going to hit around 113K will be our next big point. We're going to take a look at some fib targets. All right. Shout out to Yazan. You bought from liquidity wick below 80. That's awesome. Shout out to Eddie. He says, check out Bless the Fall. Best song to work out to. Oh, man, I haven't listened to Bless the Fall in so many years. Shout out to Captain Happy. Shout out to Beta Trader. Shout out to Bears Getting Wrecked. Jesus, yes, Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. May God bless you all in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Shout out to Freedom Man. Shout out to Felipe Collin. You're up early. Man, I'm always up early these days, guys. Shout out to Alon and shout out to Chris Harvey. Getting the You Up notification from Jason Casper is definitely bullish. All right, ain't coming till we hit all-time high. Shout out to HFG. God bless you, my man. Spot asks are a lot above 104. That makes sense. We have resistance above 104. Keep in mind, guys, it is a weekend. All right. So typically, you know, the weekend is not going to give us that big move. All right. Trump having a second meeting with China. If he can dump it, it turns out wrong. All right. Well, shout out to Donald Trump, by the way.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Jason Casper. He's the best YouTube trader in the world. He's getting huge. Shout out to the Casper crew.
My man Trump always supporting the dang channel. My man Trump always supporting the dang channel. Shout out to Fat Bass 1818, or maybe Fat Bass. It's impossible to know without hearing you say it because they're spelled the same exact way. Shout out to F15H0, and shout out to Carry On Cheeseborough and Bob Riley. All we want in life is uneven butt cheeks. Today is the Lord's Day. Every day is the Lord's Day. Praise the Lord. Another young guy says, "We here, baby. Good morning to y'all." Shout out to Azam with the blue smiling face. All right, well, let's get a quick haircut here. It's too hot for this, all right? Whew, man. Too hot. Too hot. It's too hot, guys. Alright, let's pop over to TradingView and see what's up. So, first of all, why is Bitcoin finding resistance right here? Everything that happens to the Bitcoin price is very technical. Alright, there's no such thing as a coinky dink. So you can see that the Bitcoin price has come up to none other than a key area of resistance. We had a naked monthly point of control, a daily naked point of control, and a daily order block here. And as we're coming up to the area, this is the 1 hour time frame, are we surprised to see resistance as we're seeing the momentum and the money flow get lower? No. We're not surprised to see resistance here at all. Not at all. It's to be expected. It's to be expected, just like resistance was to be expected down here at 97,146. All right, $97,000. We expected the resistance. Why did we expect resistance at 97,000? Because it was the macro point of control of the entire range, as you can see right here, and it was the Fibonacci golden pocket. Now we've done something extremely bullish, which is this 102.3. We had a few interesting levels here. We had a, if I'm not mistaken, a monthly order block. Yep, we had a monthly order block right there, as well as we had the 786 Fibonacci. What does this mean? This means, guys, this means that the probabilities are that we're definitely going to hit a new all-time high. It's the probability. We're most likely going to hit a new all-time high. Why do I say that? Because if this was the beginning of a downtrend, if the bull market was over, and this was the top, our lower high would come in between the golden pocket and the 786. We have bust through that 786. Like, we got a massively bullish candle right through, and then we came back to back test it, showing that support, and now we're heading to our next major target, which is the value area high of the range. It's amazing how technical analysis works. Once you come back into the fair value zone, the probabilities are highest that you fill the entirety of that fair value zone, right? This is literally what we've been talking about since that last week of April. Right? It's literally what we've been talking about since the last week of April. Because we were saying, look, we have very bullish signs down here at support. Once we reclaim the value area low of the range, probabilities are highest, we come and fill the top of the range. Well, here we are, man. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. It is crazy, actually. Because I just love when technical analysis works and you plan for something and then it plays out beautifully. It's such a good feeling. It's not even about the money. It's just about the fact that you have the skill of analyzing a chart and being able to clear out the noise based on your analysis and your indicators and make a plan. And then that plan plays out and you profit from it. It's a really great feeling, guys. All right. And by the way, if this is something you want to learn, check it out on YouTube. Jason Casper has a free trading course. I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you go to the Jason Casper YouTube channel, and you go to playlists, Jason Casper is releasing a free trading course. Check it out. A 16-part course for free. Right now we've got 4 videos out. We're going to be doing 18, I think. Yeah, 18. We got 18 videos coming out, guys. So go check it out. Absolutely free. All right. And also, if you want to join the Casper crew, where we give the setups in advance, the whole way up we've been giving these setups, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. All right, back to the charts. What is most likely going to happen next here? Well, I think we could very nicely, maybe easily, potentially see some kind of an altcoin season here. We're going to look at some alts because it's going to get crazy, all right? It's going to get crazy. But the first thing that we need to understand is there's one more area of resistance that has a low probability of giving us a rejection, okay? Let's clear off everything on the chart right here. Besides this level right here. This level right here, what is this? This is the value area high of our range, confluence with our 886 Fibonacci. Now, if we reject from the 886 Fibonacci, there's a low chance that this is actually a lower high, all right? And that we can get a move all the way back down. There's a low chance of that. What makes this 886 Fibonacci more to be taken seriously is the fact that it's lining up perfect confluence with the value area high of the range. All right, so historically speaking, the Bitcoin price has been considered overvalued at 105.5 to 105.8. All right, it's a little $300 zone where historically the price has been considered overvalued here. So if we get a rejection from here, we might be in for a retracement. Now, we have not seen a retracement this entire way up here. We have not seen a retracement. We got a big pump, we got a bull flag. We got a big pump, we got a bull flag, all right? Now, there were entries, right, the ones we gave in the Casper crew, but not a real pullback for a swing trade. Just day trades that turned out to be good, right? So, will we continue to just find resistance here, bull flag, and then pump? That's one scenario. Scenario number two we need to be aware of is resistance, pullback. Scenario number three we need to be aware of is no pullback. All right, that the bull flag is here right now, and that maybe like today, tomorrow, the next day we just chill and then bam, right? Very similar to what happened in the past. So those are three scenarios that we do need to be aware of. If we get a pullback right now, like a real pullback, something that we do need to be aware of is going to be the point of control of the range now, coming back down to $97,000. If we get an actual pullback here, we need to be aware of $97,000 to $98,000. Really, I'm going to say $96,000 to $98,000. Why is this such our key area? Because this is our high volume node of the range. We understand that once we fill to the top of the value area, this is our technical target, right? It's the technical target, meaning, you know, based on all things considered, right? That's where we look for our target once we come back into the low of the range. But of course, once we're here, probabilities are highest that we do come up to a new all-time high around $113,000. But we need to be looking for a target around 105.7 because that is just resistance. And so, if we're going to come up to this area, we do need to be prepared for the possibility of a pullback. And so if we're going to retest the previous support resistance zone, which was major resistance at $97,000, we now expect this to be major support, right? It's called a retest. Why is it called a retest? Because this was considered to be fair value, literally for almost half a year, and now the market is above that level, and now the market's going to get a pullback to test. Do we really want to consider the fair price of Bitcoin higher than the historic $97,000? If the answer is yes, we'll see a bounce from there as we, the collective market participants, push the price higher, right? This is a very key sport. Not only that, but if we take our fib from the last swing low to the potential swing high at 105.7, you can see that the Fibonacci 618, 786 is coming in right around that area, okay? Literally right around that area. Depending if we pull the fib from here or here, it doesn't matter. We've got our key fib and volume support from this area, okay? Now, we're in a very powerful uptrend, which means the probabilities of getting a bounce from there are very high, right? even in a powerful uptrend, look at how, even though we didn't get much of a pullback here, the only place we found resistance and the biggest pullback we had in this entire move up happened from the confluence of the high volume node and that golden pocket for like a 5% move down, right? So that's where we would look if we get another pumperoni up to around the $105.7 thousand level. That's going to be our next resistance. And if we break that, now we got to be looking at Fibonacci targets to the upside. All right, we're going to be looking at Fibonacci targets to the upside. And so for that, let's go on over to like some super high time frames here. Some super high time frames. Yeah, this is wild. We're going to go all the way back to like ByBit's history here. We're going to go ahead and use a Fibonacci trend-based extension from the low to that first bull market high to the bull market low. And then, yeah, so here's the deal. Based on our Fibonacci trend-based extensions here, where's our one-to-one? Give me 1 second. Let's put on our... What the heck? Oh, my bad. Yeah, our one-to-one is down here at 80,000. Then 100,000 was our target. So yeah, I'm looking at around 120,000 for the next big target, a potential high. And then we have our... I mean, like a moonshot target for me would be like around $145,000. Yeah, like that would be my moonshot crazy target. My conservative target is around 120. The 1.618 fib extension, crazy moonshot target around 148. Now this is not exact because I didn't use a magnet tool and I'm like zoomed out. So these are kind of estimates based on what I think is likely and possible for our next big move to the upside. All right. I'm also curious just to see here. If we take it from the last low to our high and to our current low, let's see what we got here. Yeah, so very interesting as well because that's why I say like our next local target is probably going to be like around 113,000. That's going to be the 618 extension. The 786 is around 120. The one-to-one, if we get another leg up equal to this leg up, that's actually going to put us around $134,000 Bitcoin. Very interesting. And then the 1.272 is right around our 148 target. So there's a lot of confluence for these targets, guys. I'd say 112 would be my next local target. Then I'd be looking for around 120. And then moonshot target of just front run 150 for this next big pump on Bitcoin. Are we guaranteed to do it? No. First, we need to reclaim 105.7. That's our next major resistance. But so far, guys, all things considered, things are looking quite bullish. All right, ever since back here at the end of April, when we got this green hidden bullish div on Market Cipher B, we've been bullish. 105 is the main target. 97 was our first target. 105 is our second target. Then we're looking toward those all-time highs. Let's do some top-down analysis here as we're about to end the week in 12 hours. 2-week Market Cipher B is about to confirm a green dot, okay? So this is very important because a green dot on the weekly time frame, look at how this played out. The last 3 weeks of ultra bullishness. And so now this is our 2-week about to confirm a green dot. Now, not only are we confirming the green dot, but the money flow is higher now than it was at the last green dot. So I think this could really give us a big push to the upside. Also, guys, the monthly. Now, I know the month is new. We still have like 2/3 of the month left. If we confirm a green monthly dot, oh my goodness, guys, that is very, very bullish. Okay, when these monthly signals are huge. All right, they're huge. They're huge. Show me one monthly green or red dot that didn't give us a move in that direction. All right, show me one. We could even go back to the all-time index. Where's the all-time index? Here. Let's clear off all this stuff, all right? I don't think there's a single instance where we have a confirmed monthly dot where we don't get a move in that direction, especially when the momentum is already this high, above the zero line. All right? I mean, look at this. Last time, even let's say that, you know, the end is near. You know, look at the money flow on the monthly too, about to get higher. This looks so bullish to me. Look, I don't mean to be a moon boy, guys. It's very rare for me to come out and be a moon boy. But, and if you follow the channel, you know, I'm always pretty neutral. But I just can't help it when I'm seeing these high time frame market Cipher B signals. All right, this is why since the end of April, since April 20th especially, I have been extremely bullish. All right, this is nuts. All right, even like, here's the thing. Even when we have like fake outs, like over here, this was the COVID dump. I guess COVID's okay to say now. We had a green dot just before the COVID dump, all right? If we ignore the COVID dump, this is the only green dot you could say led to a dump, right? But, I mean, did it really? If you were buying on spot based on that green dot, did it really lead to a dump? No. No, it didn't, all right? We have a green dot right here, led to a big move up. We had a green dot right here, led to a massive move up to the top of the dang bull market. Right? We've got our green dots down here, obviously the bottom of the bear market. Our green dot right here, major low, bottom of the bear market back in 2019. And then when we print them over that 60 line on Market Cipher B, this one right here led to the all-time high of the last cycle, right? This green dot right here, it led to the all-time high, to the end of the cycle, a 56, no, I'm sorry, more than that, like a 60% pump. Okay, 60% pump there. After confirmation, we hit that new all-time high. So this is a bullish thing. We've got our 2-week about to print a green dot with money flow thickening. We've got our weekly time frame with plenty of room to the upside here. We've got our yellow oscillator on the weekly time frame higher than it's been since we were back here in October 2023. That's a sign of strength. Let's go to our 5-day time frame. Definitely room to the upside on these momentum waves. Let's go to our 4-day. 4-day, money flow getting thicker. Room to the upside on the momentum waves. Let's go to our 2-day. 2-day, money flow about to cross the zero line. All right, look at the money flow across the zero line signal. We got this in October 2024. That was basically when we broke out of this horrible half-year range to make a new all-time high. All right, last time we had this signal, we made a new all-time high. All right, that was the breakout of the last range. Here we are again in a range. All right, we got these signals printed. Let's check out the daily. Daily. Bullish divergences about to be invalidated. Money flow getting ultra thick. All right, these high time frames, in my opinion, guys, are showing us bullishness. Any bearishness I see on these low time frames, I have to interpret through the lens of the high time frames. Right, these bear divs on the 4-hour here, typically my swing short signals. Doesn't mean we can't get a short in here, guys. Remember, we're looking for a potential pullback to 97 to retest. But I'm talking high time frame right now. High time frame right now. The bearishness I see on the 4-hour and down, I have to interpret it through the lens of the monthly, the 2-week, the weekly, the 5-day, the 4-day, the 2-day, the daily, which all say bullish, baby. Don't mess with the green dot on the monthly, man. Don't mess with the green dot on the monthly. Don't mess with the green dot confirmed on the 2-weekly, money flow getting thicker. If this was the 4-hour time frame, guys, if this was the 4-hour time frame, we would be ultra bullish on this. If this was the 4-hour time frame and our 12-minute time frame was bottomed out, we would be longing like crazy. This is the 2-week, okay? Which means the next major bottom signal that we're gonna get on like our 4-hour, next time the 4-hour comes down here like this, that is bullish, man. That is bullish. I'm sorry to be so bullish. Look, I could be wrong here. And yes, I hold a lot of Bitcoin. And yes, I'm looking to sell at higher prices. And yes, I hold a lot of altcoins. And yes, I'm looking to sell those altcoins. I'm looking to buy something big, baby. I have a big purchase I'm trying to make for this market cycle. And I got to give a major shout out to CryptoFace, MarketCipherTrading.com, for the best coffee mugs and indicators in the world. He's the creator of Market Cipher B, this beautiful indicator that's giving us these juicy signals. Quite refreshing. Nothing like cold coffee in May. So yeah, that's the deal with the Bitcoin, man. It's looking bullish. It's looking pretty bullish here. Let's check out ETH. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. ETH, all right, we have been saying for a long time now that ETH is, objectively speaking, was at least, now it's broken out, a good buy down in these prices, because this is bear market prices. We don't have any opportunity in history where Bitcoin is at all-time highs, above the previous cycle all-time high, while ETH is also down at bear market prices, right? Objectively speaking, it's a good risk-to-reward ratio. Objectively speaking, even if we just hit these highs, there's more upside than downside potential here. There's 3 times more upside potential than downside potential. And this was the last video I made where I was very clear that Ethereum is a good investment at the moment, right? If the bull market's going to continue, which I believe it is, right? Now we're back into this range. We're above $2,000, which is so key for Ethereum. Jason, why do you call it Ethereum? I call it Ethereum to relate to the common man's uncle. The common man's uncle who knows you're into Bitcoin says, hey Jason, you're into that Bitcoin stuff, ain't you? You're like, yeah, I am. Why? Well, I was on this website called Coinbase. I was thinking about getting me some Bitcoin. I saw this other thing. You ever heard of Ethereum? You're like, yeah, I heard of it. He's like, yeah, well, Bitcoin was like 100,000. I ain't got that. I only got like 5,000. So I figured I'd get 2 Ethereums. Maybe Ethereums be the next Bitcoin, and maybe that'll go to 100,000. Smart guy, right? But yeah, look, this is what is happening right now with ETH. And if we take the volume, all right, we are above the point of control of the last 4 years. Very bullish, very bullish. When we take the volume of the bear market range, we are above the value area high of the bear market range. What does this mean? This is actually really crazy, but we bounced to the dollar from the undervalued zone of the bear market. I mean, we came down to where ETH was considered cheap in the bear market, getting a bounce. All right, that's pretty crazy. Now we look at this range of our current bull market. We are just underneath the value area low at $26,000. Also, if we take a trend line right here, all right, you can see that we have a pretty nice confluence depending on how you want to draw the chart. All right, if you want to do it not on log scale, we have this trend line right here. So we are at the door, in my opinion, to all-time highs. Just like how Bitcoin is at the door to all-time highs at the value area high of the range, Ethereum is knocking at the door to a new all-time high. My next target for ETH, if we make all-time highs, is going to be $5,500, okay? $5,500. This is based on Fibonacci trend-based extensions, all right? I believe we can break this trend line right here. We got a fake out of it, okay? Notice this large symmetrical triangle. Fake out to the downside. Well, fake out to the upside first. Fake out to the downside. Once we're back inside this triangle, guys, the breakout will be real. And we're going to break out of this major resistance that we've had since November 2021. And then just based on our Fibonacci trend-based extensions, let's get some rough targets here. The reason why 5,005 is my next big target on ETH is because if we take it from the bear market low in 2020, give or take here, to the high, to the low, you can see that our 1-to-1 fib extension is going to be right here at 5,500. All right, then our 1.618 is going to be around 8,500. So these are my two targets my two actual sell targets here for ETH. So I'm looking at something like this right now. Now let's do some top-down analysis on ETH here as well. Market Cipher B. What do we got? Look at this, guys. Okay. Oh man. Now Bitcoin is printing a green dot on the monthly, which we know, right? But ETH is below the 0 line on the monthly. What does that mean? That means we are primed for a massive, in my opinion, altcoin season when Bitcoin's momentum is in runaway train territory, as Flopping Groper would say, above the 60 line, and Ethereum is below the 0 line. All right. That is super bullish. Why? Because the next green dot that we print isn't just a green dot like this where, you know, we're looking for a next high, but probably a top. It's one from down under. Man, those down below the 0 line green dots on the monthly, guys, are no joke. I mean, they mark massive bottoms on the high time frame. This is high time frame stuff. If you're thinking about leverage trading based on what I'm talking about now, you're a fool. Okay? You're a fool. Because there's going to be a billion longs and shorts to take every single day of your life on all of these markets. But if we clear off the noise, we go to the high time frames. The 2-week in 12 hours, guys, is going to confirm a crazy bottom right here. The VWAP is crossing over the 0 line. This looks so bullish on ETH right now. And again, it is rare. If you follow the channel, if you're new here, I am not a moon boy. I am not. It's very rare that I come out here this bullish. It's very rare. Because I take what I say seriously. I don't want people to get wrecked. And I still don't want you to get wrecked now. Which is why I'm telling you, if you're thinking about leverage trading based on this, you're a fool. But the reality is these high time frames are giving us very bullish signals. And they're rare. Okay? They don't happen a lot. Look at this. The 2-week. Show me one green dot below the 0 line that didn't give us a massive pump. All right? Every single one. Even if it was short-lived. Even if it was short-lived. Like this one right here. That green dot, even still. 26%. All right? Okay, so there's one. There's one green dot in the 2-week below the 0 line that ended up dumping us after confirmation. Okay? So one, and this is just on ByBit. So 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 90% chance of pump based on this confirmation, all right? The weekly time frame has just confirmed what you could consider to be a hidden bullish divergence here. It's not as good as the Bitcoin one, but we have a big bottom here with purple money flow on the weekly. The big green dot on the weekly time frame. Last time we had one of these guys, it was the bottom of the bear market, literally. All right. Something else I like about this ETH weekly chart is this. All right. Let's just clear this off for a second, and let's just do some basic market Cipher B analysis here. Like the most basic. Man, this smooth jazz is getting me in the mood for some basic market Cipher B analysis. When you have a bottom like this, okay, and then you make a higher, they make a high, and then you make a higher low, and the money flow is getting thick, closer to like this, and momentum is getting higher like this. This is like basic strategy market Cipher B stuff, right? If this is like the 1 hour, man, it would be juicy. Looks like we're about to make a higher high after a higher low. All right? All right, we got to give a shout to our super chat in the house. Shout out to Enjoy Money. Can you do TA for others? Yeah, this is all altcoins that are not Ethereum, right? This excludes the top 10. All right, this is all altcoins besides the top 10. all alts besides the top 10 here. This is the week. Let's go to the month. Alright, so monthly looking like we could get a push up here. 2 week also is confirming a green dot in 12 hours and a trigger wave. Actually, the 2 week on others looks pretty dang bullish. Alright. It looks like we could see a real alt season coming in. It really does. Again, if this was the 4 hour time frame right here, and the low time frames were looking bullish, we would be extremely bullish on the 4 hour for a day trade. I mean, this is the 2 week. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, anchor trigger. The 2 week money flow looks really good. Let's go to the 5 day. Okay, 5 day has a nice bullish divergence here. 4 day bullish div. The daily looks beautiful right here. I mean, the daily looks really nice for a bottom here, and the money flow is thickening. This looks really good. This looks really bullish. Now, again, I'm not going to tell anybody to buy altcoins based on this. All I'm saying is, you know, I'm looking at the Bitcoin price. I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart. The order of operations is Bitcoin pumps, then alts pump. Alts have a lot of room to pump right now. And others is very bottomed out. Okay? Let's take a look at Sol. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Solana. Oh my goodness, guys. We are way above POC. We flipped 143 into support beautifully. Next target for Sol is around 200 bucks. Value area high of the range. This is a very, very bullish looking chart on Sol. Not only are we about to confirm a green dot below the zero line, but we have very bullish divergences here. If we look at this low to our current low, this is called a hidden bullish divergence. The momentum is getting lower as the price is getting higher. It's a continuation pattern. Now, people might be concerned, Jason, what about the money flow? Looks like it's getting lower, yes. But when we zoom in, money flow is getting higher here. When we zoom into the daily, money flow is crossing from the purple into the blue, which means the weekly money flow can be interpreted as this low money flow is gonna act as support before another wave to the upside. Right? We got to look at those lower time frames to confirm what we're seeing on the higher term time frames here. Sol looking ultra bullish, and I hold quite a bit of Solana. And I was contemplating selling some when we made this all-time high, but I didn't. And I was regretting it, honestly. But now I'm not, and I'm glad I stuck to my plan. I'm glad I stuck to my plan, man. I'll tell you, it's so important to have a plan because emotions will change your view on a month-to-month, week-to-week basis, but you got to stick to the dang plan. Because when you make a plan, part of the plan is if things don't go your way. And I was kind of expecting that. Maybe I wasn't going to be able to cash out my altcoins this cycle. But I'm glad I didn't FOMO sell at the low. And I'm glad I'm holding out and I didn't sell up here either because I'm looking for higher targets. Now, I could still be wrong. The top could be in for all this stuff. I might not make anything on my altcoins. I literally might hold them all the way back down. I held ETH all the way back down. I bought ETH at like 1,500, 1,600 in 2022. I held it all the way up to 4,000. I held it all the way back down. All right? Maybe that's it. But my plan is to sell at higher prices, so I got to stick to it. All right? 2 week looking juicy. Monthly. Look at the monthly. Yellow oscillator about to come to the upside. That's going to be juicy. 3 day time frame, bullish divergences looks really good. Sol looks just as good as Bitcoin in my opinion. And not only that, but we have come to major support, which is basically taking the liquidity at the bottom of the range. So if we're looking at this as a sideways range, we have taken the liquidity of the lows that we had right here back into the range above the POC. Higher is most probable right now for Sol. Higher is most probable. Let's talk about some targets. Let's talk about some targets here. We don't have much history, but we're going to use Fibonacci trend-based extensions. We're going to take it from that to this little pullback here. Our 1-to-1 is going to be a $370 Sol. Our 1.6 million is going to be like a $540 Sol. I say these are some good targets. We're talking about 100, to 200% gain. All right. I see that's some pretty good conservative targets for our next all-time high here. You know, if we take this off log scale, it would look something like this, right? That looks pretty good, right? That's going to be from our last all-time high, 100% gain if you bought the all-time high last cycle. I'd say that's pretty reasonable, pretty conservative. It's based on Fibonacci extension targets. Man, I got a lot of planting to do today, guys, out in the garden. I'm going to plant a new herb garden because my old one I ripped up with the tractor. And there's a woodpecker living right out there, huh? And I got to plant beans today. I'm going to plant corn today. It's going to be a good day. Lord willing, Lord willing. I love being out in the garden. Praise God. Soul looking juicy, man. Soul looking so dang juice. Alright. Do I think the pump continues tomorrow? Chris the Tramp? Well, we've been on such high time frames, Chris. But, you know, here's what I'm thinking. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking that the pump continues, but, you know, it depends really on what happens at our next target, like 105.6, right? There's a chance we get a pullback from here. Look, I've been literally since April 21st, the first day we confirmed that green dot is when I come out ultra bull saying 105.6 is our target. Now, if we reclaim 105.6, we pump. There's a chance we get the pullback from 105.6. That's why I said I'm doing high time frame analysis. I'm ultra bullish, but I'm a day trader as well, right? We gave the setup from 86.4 on a low time frame. We gave the setup from 93.7 on a low time frame. In the Casper Crew VIP Discord on Wednesday's live stream, we talked about the potential bounce from 95.7, which is literally the last low we made before the top. Like, there's many trades to take here. We've shorted in the Casper Crew. We've taken shorts during the pump and made money, right? In fact, the last trade I took here was a short and I made 300 bucks, right? There's opportunity to long and short along the way up. High time frame, I think we pump. Tomorrow, look, it's a Monday. Monday typically doesn't give us any kind of real move. We range, we chop. You know, if you had asked me this question back here, we literally range and chop for 2 weeks. We could see another range and chop and alts pump. You know, we might see Bitcoin range and chop around resistance this week while ETH finally gets its pump, right? I don't know. I don't make predictions. I literally don't make predictions. What I do is I make plans. I make plans. I say if the price reclaims 88.6, then the chances are most likely we come up to here. All right? You have to, that's the way you have to do it. So right now, I'm looking like if we reject from 105.6, then we could chop and range for a week, or we could get a pullback to 97K, right? So the possibilities right now are chop and range for a week, bull flag breakout, just like what we had over here. Another scenario is pullback, retest 97K, and then bounce. So the pump, I feel absolutely is going to continue. I can't say absolutely, but I'm like 95% certain expecting this pump. All right. But we have to come to the chart. We have to make our plan. This is why it's so good to have a trading community like the Casper Crew VIP Discord, because myself and others are giving you our plans every single day, right? We got multiple instructors in here. We got White Phoenix with his trading style, giving you his trading plan. First Wednesday of every month, we have all 4 instructors in one stream, but every single day, we're in here giving you our setups, we're in here giving you our plans, multiple times a day, right? So it'll line up with your analysis. We'll tell you what we're looking for at jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, BLOFIN, guys, is currently offering 10% cash back. They are offering 0% limit order fees, 0.04% market order fees, up to $1,000 future bonus, and many chances to win a $100 trading bonus, even if you don't deposit anything, but you sign up with my link. Also got to give a major shout to ANTARCTIC Exchange. Lowest fees, period, SVIP. You won't get these fees anywhere else, as far as I know. Especially not with the security that comes with a decentralized exchange that functions like a centralized exchange, unless you sign up with your boy, Jason Casper. Alright? Also, if you want to learn how to trade, check out the trading course. Alright? Free trading course on my YouTube channel under playlists. 18 videos on the way. Right now we've got 4 out. Alright, so we're going to have another 14 videos coming out in the coming weeks. Alright, absolutely free trading course. Check it out. Alright, then it doesn't matter if we dump or pump, because they're always prepared with a plan for long and a short. Alright. Shout out to Crypto Coons holding it down with the wrench. Shout out to Splashfire Films. Shout out to Splashfire Films. Shout out to everyone holding it down with the wrench, being a moderator on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all. Big green candle next week. Bears way overconfident. Okay. Digital Asset Degen says, bullish. Shout out to Dave Digital. He's got like 266. Guys, we have over 1,000 people in the house. Only 200 likes? Man, that hurts my self-esteem. More than the time I got rejected by 618. A shout out to Aaron G. God bless you, my bro. Good to see you in here. Aaron G with the widest last in the crypto space is also doing some gardening today. Alright. Shout out to Cipher Rider. Green dot just popped. We may start pumping soon. New all-time high incoming. Yeah, maybe it would be very interesting if it happened on a Sunday. It would leave behind a CME gap. You know, that would be super interesting if that happened on a Sunday. Man, what a productive morning it's been for me so far, you know? Got about 10,000 steps in the live stream. Had a brutal leg workout. Did a live stream. And Lord willing, I'm going to plant a lot of food in the garden. So, I love those productive days. You know? Am I farming in the Midwest? Nah, I'm not in the Midwest. I'm not in the Midwest. The Midwest. The Midwest. Looks like my dang audio. Hang on. What happened? There we go. Shout out. Man, I've got some audio issues on my end, guys. Yes. Shout out to Daniel Molis. Can we look at Cardano? Yeah, we'll look at Cardano. Can you guys even hear me right now? I'm having some serious audio issues. Shout out to Alex O. Let me know if you guys are having audio issues. I'm having intermittent audio. You guys have audio issues? Let me know in the chat. Am I planting blue corn? Actually, ironically, yes. I am planting blue and purple corn. I'm planting some blue and purple popcorn, actually. I love popcorn. I eat so much popcorn. Popcorn, one of the best things you could eat. Alright, loud and clear. Okay. Alright, okay. So, here's the deal about Cardano. I'd say, let's start on our monthly. Market Cipher B. Looking like we could print a nice green dot soon. 2 week. Looking like green dot incoming with money flow thickening. Looks juicy. 4 day money flow crossing. Looks good. Daily. Room to the upside on the momentum and money flow crossing. Alright, so here's the deal. We did come down and bounce from key support. Alright, let's put on log scale. Why is this called? Oh. We came down, we bounced from the value area high of basically the bear market range. We get ourselves a breakout, a back test of not only the value area high, but the Fibonacci golden pocket. All right. If we reclaim $1.21, we're going to new all-time high. This is my conviction. We reclaim $1.21, we go to all-time high. It's my conviction. And then look, take the trend line down here. It's not exact. But you know what? Let me grab a parallel channel tool real quick. Okay, so look at this, right? We also have this channel right now that's been respected. 1, 2, 3. We had a little fake out of it, but then we're back in respected, respected. So yeah, this is just really, really nice. We reclaim $1.20, and I think we break out of this channel and hit new all-time highs on Cardano. Cardano is sleeping giant in my opinion. All right, it was a tough bear market for Cardano. Tough times in general for Cardano, man. But right now, this is looking nice. I'd say this is a bull flag here. I say we're bouncing from key support here. And given the bullishness of the crypto market in general, I'd say it looks pretty good. All right. Yeah, Cardano, I'd say looking pretty nice. And honestly, we haven't pumped a lot. I'd say we probably right now from this have, you know, a $5 target, like a 500% potential here. Downside, I'd say, you know, 45% downside. I mean, this is what I'd really be looking at here. That's a 12 to 1 risk reward right there, if we got it now on spot. And given the bullishness of Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol, and all these other coins, I think Cardano absolutely sleeping giant. Okay, not financial advice. Major shout out to our super chat, Franz Dip, SPX 6900. Yeah. Okay, so we had a failed auction, fake out below the support, no bull divs. We're at the top of the range. All right, so right now nothing looks ultra bullish about it, but I would be interested now in the fact that we've seen a change of market structure locally here. If we're gifted with a pullback down to around our 45-cent zone, that would be a really nice place for me to look, because we've had a change of structure. Now bullish, retest the high volume node around 45 cents, golden pocket, 44 to 47 cents. That would be the next place then to look for that long, in my opinion, on SPX 69,000 billion trillion. And with that being said, guys, I gotta head out. God bless everybody in Jesus' name. I love each and every one of you. God bless you. May He bless your families. May He bless you guys. And may He draw us all closer to Himself. And I will see you guys, Lord willing, tomorrow. Peace.